When you get down to amateur golfers and you're playing for real, so they're not any gimmies, the putt that is missed the most often is the 3 to 4 footer. I mean, you don't expect to make the long putts. Even the tour pros drop below 50% when they get past 8 feet. But we amateurs miss a whole lot of 3 to 4 footers that we shouldn't. There are several reasons we miss those, but one of the biggest ones is speed. In this video, we're going to talk about how to have perfect speed on 3, 4, 5 foot putts. So when you hit the ball at the hole, there are a lot of people who say, oh, if it's a 3 or 4 footer, just charge it in, bang it in there. The problem with that is when you do that, you make the hole smaller. So unless you're absolutely perfect and starting it on line, you don't want to do that. Let me give you an example. If you'll zoom in here, I want you to look at what we're talking about with the hole. So basically, the hole is, well, that falls in. That's my point. The hole, your lane into the hole is about 3 balls wide if you hit it at the right speed. Look back at these balls though. You see the ball to fall in the hole, and they've proven this with research, has to, as it goes over the edge of the hole, get to a point, here's the mark line on this ball, the equator has to get below the rim of the hole. Well, if it's going too fast, it's going fast enough that gravity doesn't have time to pull it in. And so you have those lip outs. I see people tend to do that a lot, lip out these short ones. The other big thing that we do is we hit these too soft and so that they don't go in. And so on a putt that's on this target, if I hit it too fast, it doesn't go in. If I hit it too slow, it stops here. In other words, the faster you hit the putt, the smaller the hole becomes because you have less margin for error. It won't get the equator of the ball below the lip of the hole to go in. So how do you get the perfect speed for those? So the perfect speed for putts in the 4 to 5 foot range is tap in speed. Now, I'm going to illustrate that for us now. So here I've got a coin here, and that's about 5 feet from the hole. And on the golf course, this is too long to be a gimme, and so you got to make it. Plus, it's a round where we're not taking any gimmies. It's a competitive round. And most of us step up over the ball, and we get nervous, and we do things like, oh, I've got to hit this on the right line, and we leave it short like that because we don't know how to hit it. Or other times, it's like, okay, I'm going to pound this in there so that I won't leave it short. And a lot of the mentality here is the hole is bumpy, it's been stomped around right at the hole, and you want to hit it firm enough to get through that. That's a great idea. But when you try to pound it in there, well, I missed that one terribly. But when you try to pound it in there, here's what happens. You hit it too firm and it lips out. So here's how to hit those putts. To show you what to do to get tap in speed on that 4 or 5 footer, I'm going to actually ask the cameraman to help us out a little bit. So let's come right here, Mr. Cameraman. There's one, what's that, 12, maybe 15 inches or so. All right, I'm going to take the camera and you hit that like you would do it if you were tapping in that putt. All right, so here we've got a putt that's about 12 inches or so, and I've got Leroy, my cameraman. He's just going to hit it like he was tapping it in, that speed. Okay? So now what I want you to do is you take that same putt that's 12 inches or so and hit it where you miss it. Same speed, but hit it where you miss it, off to one side or the other. All right, so that was tap in speed, and you're 4 feet past maybe? Something like that. Okay, now let's go to this 5-foot putt. I've got it marked here with a coin. So I got you on a 5-footer here. What I want you to do is just forget about the hole, and I've got you on the right line, but just tap it like my toe is the hole. Hit that at that tap in speed. How about that? Go back and do it again. So we've got about a 5-foot putt here, and it's got a little break in it, so you got to be careful, and the right speed is important. What I want you to do is, and I'm going to try to get on the line for you. There you go. My toe, you're tapping the putt in like my toe is the hole. Just tap it in. It's amazing how that works. And that was the perfect speed. You were actually off the line a tiny bit, but because it was going the right speed, the equator, it dropped in.
It didn't lip out.
Yeah, you didn't have the lip out. In addition to the speed on these, let's give them a little bit of bonus work. I see so many people on these, oh, it's a shorter putt, and they don't take the time to set up square and make sure they keep the club face square. Do you see that a lot, Leroy?
The head down.
Yeah, and the head down. So walk through your setup and routine on this one, what you would do. While we have Leroy the cameraman putting, I want you to notice he takes the time on this 5-footer to get set up, be solid. Watch his head and body. He's still hitting at tap-in speed, but he takes it as a serious putt. So the other thing that's key on these, even though you're hitting it at tap-in speed, is being set up, ball in the same position every time, solid, and then stillness. Notice his head didn't come up and see that ball go in the hole. He was set up square, kept the putter face square, didn't pull his head or body. Once you move your head or your body, the putter face goes offline and you'll miss these. So on these putts that are 4 or 5 feet, take a good solid setup, make a smooth stroke, keeping the putter face square, and don't worry so much about babying it or not babying it or pounding it. Just treat it like a 12-inch tap in. So I'm tapping it into there on the right line, and the speed will be perfectly fine. If you'll do that, you'll make more putts. By the way, if you'll subscribe to this channel, that'll give you all kinds of tips to help you make more putts. And you know the rest of the drill. Like, subscribe, comment, share. And here's to you going out having fun golf rounds and making more putts.